A three-day hearing is set for next month where attorneys for Jon Goodman will argue to have blood alcohol test results from his February 2010 crash thrown out. That crash killed Scott Wilson. Goodman was found guilty of DUI manslaughter, but the conviction was later dropped after a juror was found guilty of contempt of court. News Channel 5's legal analyst Michelle Suskauer is here to break down exactly what this hearing does mean for the case. So first of all, explain what this hearing is about.
Well, this is a hearing that's not going to be held here in Palm Beach County. It's going to be held in Tallahassee, and it's an administrative hearing. It's going to be a hearing. It's Jon Goodman versus the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. So what his defense, and it's a very complicated motion, but basically, in simplest terms, what they're trying to do is invalidate two of the Florida Department Law Enforcement, FDLE, rules regarding blood testing and blood collection. What they're saying is, number one, FDLE doesn't even have a right to have a rule regarding blood collection, but if they do, there are things that are missing. And what's missing is that, they have very specific rules. You have to use alcohol, you have to, it's collected in a particular way. But they don't ever mention the size of the needle, and that's the crux of this.
Right, saying that they used too small of a needle when
they
took Jon Goodman's blood.
That's right. What they're saying is that the needle that was used is normally used. It's one of these butterfly needles. Actually, it's when I get my blood drawn, that's what I'm like, no, don't use a big needle.
Use the small one.
It's used for children, for infants. But what they're saying is there was a needle that was with the blood collection kit from FDLE, and for whatever reason, this nurse did not use it.
What happens if this is successful at this level?
Well, if it's successful at this level, then it's possible that these blood test results could be excluded. But ultimately, the jurisdiction, this all comes back to Judge Colbath. But if Judge Colbath upholds a suppression of these blood test results, does that mean that the case falls apart? No, they still could proceed without them, but it's a piece of evidence the state wants.
All right, we'll see what happens again with the trial, the retrial now.
That never ends.
Exactly. All right, Michelle Suskauer, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure.